Hello, everybody. It's me, Cassie, and I am here today with another wonderful Wednesday tip. So, this is something fabulous that my good friend Pam Winn taught me during our team Zoom, and I loved it so much because she gave little tiny tips throughout the whole thing, and I just love the little tips. So, I will tell you which ones they are as I teach. And if you have not met my friend Pam, we do a wonderful event every single quarter. The next one is June 23rd through the 25th, called Creative Cafe International. And so you will get to see me and five of my friends, four that are there all the time, and one from Australia who's popping in with a class. So anyway, there's more information on that on my Facebook page, Cassie's Creative Cafe. And I am now going to switch us over to my desktop. So let's go over here, and I'm going to teach you something fun. So there's going to be little tips throughout the way, but I'm going to teach you this really cute border. So we're going to start off. We need a 4-inch base. And to make the 4-inch base, you can use any backing paper. So this is just a piece of backing paper. And I'm going to cut my 4-inch strip. And remember, to get things perfectly straight with this trimmer, if you line it up at the top and go all the way down the white lines, or black if you're using your white trimmer, then you get this beautiful, perfectly straight line. And now you're just going to need a number of, this is a scraps trick, so you're going to need a whole bunch of 1-inch strips. I'm going to cut a couple of them on air, so that you can see how I cut my 1-inch strips to get them perfectly. So I'm just going to come over here to my project folder and get out some papers that I want to cut. And I have a bunch of them already done because, well, first of all, they're left over from doing this one. But second of all, I didn't think that you would want to stay and watch the whole time while I did this. So we're going to come over here. We're going to measure. When you're measuring anything smaller than 1 3/4, you just want to come over this direction, and that gives you a nice firm spot for your paper to sit, and then you can cut your strip. So it's 1-inch strip, and we're going to go ahead and cut one out of this. So again, measure to the right, and that way you have a nice shelf for the rest of your paper to sit on. It holds it straighter. Measure all the way up and down along the line, and you get your 1-inch strips. Okay, now here's some little tips that we are going to do. First of all, when you put this down, if you just use your mat, which these mats are amazing, you can do so many wonderful things with them. But if you measure it between the 4 and the 8, it gives you these diagonals to line up with. And one of the great things about using the diagonals is if you want to make a matching one, then you can easily do that by doing the same angle. So we're just going to start with this one. See, we started with the pretty piece in the middle. And you want to start with that just because it's really, really pretty and it'll catch your eye. But you can start with anything. And think about it. You're going to have a lot of leftover scraps from when you make your mats. You cut paper off from that. Okay, so we're going to line it up on this 30-degree angle. Now, when Pam taught me, she drew a line with her pencil. I'm just going to come and line it up and tape it down right away using the line for reference. And now you're going to add 2 more pieces above it for, right above the strip. So you're just going to add some more tape. And this is repositionable. And that way, if I mess it up, I can switch it out. But you could also use the regular because, as you can see, you're not going to actually see the tape. So it's totally up to you and your comfort level. My comfort level is always repositionable. Okay. Put this one down and see how they all line up so nicely. And now we're gonna put them down going the other direction. So I'm gonna take one, and I'm gonna have to tape it down pretty far because this is a long strip. I'm just gonna bring it and line it up right against here, just going another direction. And then I'm gonna take another piece. Let's see, that one's not quite long enough. this one is, so we'll use this one. And so you can see this is really going to help you use up some scraps. And then I'm going to talk to you about another joyful, wonderful thing that it is going to do for us when we get to the end. Yeah, I think I'm going to go this direction. Just deciding what side I want to use because, oh my goodness, it's also pretty. Okay. I'm putting down as many as I feel like it, and then I'm going to flip it over and cut it, and I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that you can do that. Okay, I'm going to take this piece up onto the end. Bring out the spare. Okay, and I'll use this pretty yellow next. And then I'm just going to have this little tiny piece right there. I'm going to see if I can fill it. I'm going to bring it over here and do it on my silicone mat. Oh no, I'm getting sticky there. I should have been doing this all over here. It's okay. That's what a little alcohol rub is for, right? Okay. Bring this over and fill in this spot. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do some cutting. So you can use your trimmer or you can use your microtip scissors. I'm going to use my trimmer because that'll give me my straightest look. I'm going to line it up. Now, you know what? I'm thinking I should go ahead and use my scissors. I used the scissors for the last one, but I was gonna switch over to my trimmer to see how that worked. But did you see that, guys? When you go to line it up, you can't really see where it ends. So you want to have it flipped over. And these scissors are amazing. They're contoured. And even somebody as impatient as me who likes to get everything done fast, can line them up and cut them. New Zealand, you're here from New Zealand. Well, thank you for tuning in. That's so fun. Now, your name's not showing up in my StreamYard, so if you can tell me who it is, that'll be even more fun. I'd love that. Okay, trim there, and then just do the same thing on this side. And I just love the contour. I could never do this with regular scissors, but with the microtip, they are contoured just right so that I can make those cuts. Okay, so now I'm gonna put it back down. Hello, Jean. Massachusetts here. This is fun. Okay, so now we're gonna take and do the, oh, you know what, guys? This did not quite stay attached. So I'm going to give it a little bit of personal attention. Some extra tape. Put this down and trim just this piece. And that should help it stay. Okay, so it filled in that spot. And see, with the repositionable tape, you can then rub it off. So that is super important whenever you're doing fun stuff like this. Okay, so now we're going to take and we're just going to go this direction over here for 3 strips. So we can reuse some of these. And see, look, these are scraps. I was actually doing a template. So that's why there's a pencil line back there. So it's just fun to know that you can reuse some of these pieces of paper and get some extra bang out of it. Okay, so this one's going to go down. And see, look, I didn't quite line that up to the top. So we'll just adjust accordingly. And I'm wondering if maybe I didn't quite cut enough colors. I used up quite a bit of my scraps on my last one, but that's okay. As you saw, I had a whole folder full of them. It's going to be time for a good mat cleaning when this is over. Okay, now we're going to go the other direction again. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one. And then I'll get some of my other little tips that I got from her that excited me so much. Ah, yes, and we can flip them. That's why I didn't have as many colors. You know, you lose a little bit of brain power when you go live. Anybody else on here has ever gone live? Once you get on, it's like you forget some things. Or maybe that's just me. But I'm thinking it's probably everybody. Okay. Oh, look, that one's almost perfect. Look at this scrap. It fits right in here. How delightful is that? Okay. So now we're going to cut these ones off. And then I'm going to show you a couple other quick things you can do. And I love using these backing papers for things because it uses that extra up. Hello, Lisa. Do you ever just run the tape runner? Yes, I did when I was doing one of my practice ones, because yes, I do practice before I come live for you guys. And I ran it all over it. I felt like I used a lot more tape that way because I was trying to, you know, cover all the spots. And I also felt like it was, what am I trying to say here? I just felt like it was getting stuck. So when I was trying to put the papers down, I felt like it was getting stuck a little more than it should. So that's why I switched back over to taping these. But yes, Lisa, I did try that. Funny you should ask. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and snip this scrap over here so it's flat across the top. And then we're just going to switch back to the other direction. And then I'll show you two more cute little tips that I really like that she showed me. Okay. And then one more that I want to show you guys about Fast to Fab. So I guess you're going to get 4 more tips. They're the tips that just keep giving. Okay. Now up here. But yeah, I don't see anything wrong with putting it right down on the base paper. It's just that I was not in love with that whenever I tried it. So that's the only reason. But you know what? That might work better in some ways because you wouldn't have it getting stuck to the mat like I just did. So you just have to play with it and see what works for you. There's no, you know, there's really not very many wrongs in scrapbooking. As long as you're using things that are good for your pictures, there's not really a wrong. So you just play until you have it the way you want it. Okay, so now we've made our page, our border, and I just want to show you a few other quick tips. So one is I used what is called the Poinsettia Edge Border Maker cartridge. And if you cut it in Christmas colors, then yes, absolutely, it's a cute little poinsettia edge. However, look at this. If you cut it in yellow or any other fun color, it's like a spring flower. So then I just taped this down and I trimmed it just like I did with the pieces, and you can do that. So you can do that with just about any border maker cartridge or a sticker strip. But this is the thing that she did, you guys are going to laugh at me, that made me go, oh, wow, why haven't I been doing that my entire life? So when she did her top stitching, she came on here, and this is just amazing. So actually, I'm going to go this direction so that I don't accidentally go off the paper and I can see what I'm doing. But look, I just lined up my clear roller, and I always just tried to freehand it. But she went and she showed us how to top stitch, and she put it down and she went like this. And I'm like, oh my goodness, Pam Winn, you just rocked my world, because I can never get the line quite straight. I mean, even doing it this way, look, it's that my lines are all different, but look how much nicer that looks, because I can measure and I can get it equal, and I can make sure that then it's straight. So I don't know if maybe everybody on here watching me is like, Cassie, we've been doing that our whole lives. But if you have not, this will rock your world, man. I was afraid of top stitching because my handwriting is awful. And now I'm super excited about top stitching. So that's what, what one cute little tip will do for you. This is also a great place to put a heading for something. And finally, I'm the fast fab girl, and that's what brings me the most joy. So I have been getting a lot of questions about what do you do when you want to switch from one kind of fast fab page to another. So there's a million different things I can show you, and I'm going to try to showcase different ideas along the way. But here is one of the ways that you can do that. So let's just say you want to go from this and you want to switch back over to plain pages, or you want to go to another fast fab. Just use a white page in between, and check this out. You put your border down. It coordinates nicely because you use the colors from the same collection, and then bam, you switch over to the next one. So that's just one of the many simple ways that you can use to switch from one fast fab style to another. And I hope that was helpful. So you have an excellent day, and I will see you all next Wednesday.